Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's so good to see your faces again. It's been a long time I've done like this kind of sit down videos, and it's just so good to be back. How are you all doing? As you can tell, it's fall already. Everywhere is all chilly. It's cardigan season. Anyways, my name is Kemi. If you're new here, thank you for clicking on this video. I'm sure you like it here, okay? So just make sure you wait till the end of this video, and you can also watch some other videos that I've posted in the past. If you're returning subscribers, I'm sorry, I hope I'm not sounding raz. Okay, so today, based on popular, should I say demand, or based on some of the questions people have asked me, I'm going to be talking about something juicy, something that has to do with money, money, ego. Yes, so I'll be talking about the benefits or the monies you get from the government of Canada as a newcomer, as a permanent resident, as a citizen. And yes, so if it's something you want to hear about, or if it's something you've been wondering about, something you've been hearing about but you don't know how it works, so today I'm going to be breaking it into pieces. Yeah, I'm going to talking about it. And so sit back, relax, enjoy, grab your popcorn, grab your puff if that's what you have close by, or biscuits or granules, whatever it is, just grab it, okay, and sit down and make sure you watch this video to the end. Of course, also don't forget to subscribe. Yes, subscribe, it's important. Like this video, turn on post notifications, and drop a comment in the comment section. So let's get started, guys. So the very first benefit, so I have my notepad here, okay? So if you see me looking down, just know that I want to give you all the accurate information. I have done like a very good research. So when I'm looking down, just know that I'm looking to see if I'm getting the points correctly, yeah? So the first benefit I'm going to talk about, which is like the commonly known, like everyone knows about it, is the child care benefit. Yes. So the first one is the child care benefit. Child care benefit is a non-taxable money that is usually paid by the government. So now take note that this money is paid by the government, is regulated by the CRA, the Canada Revenue Agency, and is a non-taxable benefit. It is usually paid monthly. And who is eligible, who is supposed to get this money? Now, anyone who has a child or who has lived with a child is eligible to get this money. So how do you apply? What do you do? How do you apply for this money? So firstly, as a newcomer to Canada, please note that this money is available to permanent residents and citizens. But then in cases where you're a temporary resident, that is in cases of students or international students, if you have lived in Canada for up to 18 months, yes, if you have lived in Canada for up to 18 months, and then peradventure during your study you got pregnant and then you have a baby, then you're eligible to apply for the child care benefit. So my point is that this money is available to permanent residents and citizens. So what you have to do is just to go to file your taxes, even if you do not have an income. Of course, as a newcomer, you do not have an income, but once you fill your child care benefit form on the CRA website, or usually there's a form online that you fill for the child care benefits, then it's going to be paid to you like the subsequent months. Usually it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to process. Now in our case, when we submitted our child care benefit form, we submitted it online. I know that you can also send by mail, that is, you can send it to their mail, or you can send online. Yeah, so whenever you send your request online, you send your childcare benefit online, they ask for some information, some supporting documents like your COPR, sorry, if a permanent resident, and some other supporting documents to show that you are the parent of that child. And then you start to receive your money. Now let's talk about like what you want to know. How much am I going to be paid? How much do you get paid? Now there are two things that determines how much you're going to get paid. Yeah, so there's two categories. The first thing is dependent on your net family income. Now let's talk about your net family income. If you're coming to Canada newly, obviously you do not have a net family income in Canada, so they're going to be calculating it based on your net family income in your home country. So I'm going to be using us as an example. We arrived ending of June. So when we filled in our childcare benefit form, the application form. So we had to fill in net family income from when we were in Nigeria. So what you need to do is your annual family income from when you were in Nigeria, you just convert it to Canadian dollars. So that's what you're going to use. Now there's a range for anyone whose net family income was from 37,000. Is that correct? Yeah, net family income of 32,797 and below is going to get the full amount, and the full amount is usually $583 per month. So if your net family income is lower than 32,797, you will get, you know, the full amount, which is $583, which will be paid to you monthly. If your net family income is between, I think, that 32 and 71 dollars, then there's going to be like a lesser amount you're going to get. Now, another thing that determines how much you get is the age of your child. You'll be surprised, right? Yes. So usually childcare benefit is given to children between 0 and 18 years of age. So if your child is above 18 years of age, you stop collecting the childcare benefit. Now, from ages 0 to 6, the amount you get monthly, if you are within that range, the net family income range of 32,977 is 583. That is, you get the full amount. But once your child clocks 6, that is from age 6 to 18, the amount reduces again to $491. So I believe they expect that children 0 to 6 need more care, or well, my point is that they get more money compared to children 6 to 18 years of age. So those are the two things that determines how much you get. So if you're someone whose net family income from back home or for the previous year is below 32,000, let's just round it up to 800, 32,800, then you get the full amount, which is $583. But if your net family income is between 32,800 and 71,000, you know, you get a reduced amount. If your children is between 0 to 6 years of age, you get the full amount, which is $583. And if your children is between 6 to 18 years of age, you get $491. I hope you understand my point now. Yes. So now, who gets the childcare benefit? Usually, the childcare benefit is given to the primary caregiver of the child. And in this case, it is expected, or they assume, or by law, it is believed that the primary caregiver is usually the mother of the child. So the application is supposed to be tendered by the mother of the child. But in the cases where maybe someone else is providing the application or is putting in the application, there must be a letter, or there must be something from the mother of the child saying that yes, this person is allowed to apply for this. But in the cases where it's a case of split custody, that is both the father and the mother have you know, joint custody of the child, then the money is split into two for both of them. That is, they get 50-50%. But in cases where you are married, you have a home, and then the child lives with both couples, the money goes to the mother of the child. So each time when the check arrives, the check is addressed to the mother of the child. Yeah. So I already mentioned the fact that for international students who are, of course, temporary, if you have lived in Canada for up to 18 months, yes, you're eligible to get the childcare benefits. I hope that answers the question. And yes, one more thing to add: for international students or for temporary students, as long as you have a valid social insurance number saying yes, you're eligible to get the childcare benefit for your child. I believe I have covered that. If you have any more questions regarding childcare benefits, please just drop a question in the comment section and I'm going to answer that, right? Yeah. Please let me put at this point that I would like you to please like this video, okay? The more you like this video, the more other people get to see it, right? Drop a comment in the comment section if you have any other questions, and of course, most importantly, please subscribe. You know, it's not nice for you to watch and not subscribe. Please support me, support this journey, right? Okay, thank you. So the next benefit I'm going to be talking about now is the GST and HST credits. Yes, the GST and HST credits. GST is called Good and Services Tax, while HST is called Harmonized Service Tax. Now, if you're already in Canada, and I'm sure immediately when you arrived, and then you wanted to buy things, and you buy things, and then at the end of the day, when you wanted to pay, you saw a different amount, you'll be wondering, what the hell was this, right? Well, yes, that is GST and HST. At first, when we arrived, and then I think it was when we wanted to buy TV, and the TV was like maybe $550 or so, and wanted to pay, and we saw maybe 600 or six something or something totally different. We're like, what? And then we got to know that, oh, that is tax, oh my dear. So GST tax and HST, usually whenever you purchase something, you are charged extra 11%, which is the tax. Now, the government of Canada pays some money. So the GST and HST tax is a non-taxable quarterly payment, that is paid every 3 months. It's a quarterly payment that helps individuals and families with low and modest incomes offset the GST and HST that they pay. So let me state at this point that the GST and HST tax is usually linked to your childcare benefit. So if you have filled a form or you submitted your application for childcare benefits, you automatically get the GST and HST benefits sent to your mail. So you don't have to fill a separate application for that, especially if you have already filled for childcare benefit. But if you're single, but guess what? Also, a single permanent resident has access to this fund as long as you are above 19 years of age. So a single can have access to it. Basically, everyone has access to the GST and HST benefit, right? As long as you are paying income tax and then you are paying tax on goods and services. But the thing is that if you've not filed your childcare benefit, there's a separate form for singles and for people who do not have children to get access to this fund. And also, just like the childcare benefit, the amount you receive on the GST and HST tax reduces as your income increases. That is, the more money you get paid or the more income you make, yes, the lower the GST and HST benefits you receive. I hope you understand that. I hope I made sense right now, right? So how do you gain it? Like I said, how do you gain access to it? Once you fill your childcare benefits, automatically you will get it, and it comes monthly. Usually January, April, October, and wait, I think I wrote it somewhere. Let me just confirm. It's paid 4 times in a year. Usually it is paid, I think, January, July, October, and April. Those are the times of the year when it is paid. And so like I said before, as long as you are 19 years or older, you have a spouse, that you have a you're married, or you have a common law partner, you're a parent, all you need to do is just file your income tax. Even if you do not have a job, the CRA is going to determine how much you're eligible to, and then they're going to pay you. So I also found out on the Government of Canada website that it depends on the number of children you have under 19. It also determines the amount you get. It's just like the childcare benefits. The amount that is paid is per child. So once you have more children, guess what? You get more money. You understand my point now? So in this case too, the more children you have, the more money you get from the Government of Canada. So that is about GST and HST tax. I hope benefits. Sorry, I hope that answers that question. So the next one I want to talk about, this one, the first time when we got the check, I was like, which one is this again? I don't understand. Where is this done? Anyways, the next benefit, which is pretty new, it's new, it's new. It's called the Climate Action Incentive Payment, guys. As in, I don't understand. Anyways, the name of the benefit is called Climate Action Incentive Payment. This is also a tax-free amount and is paid quarterly. And also it is regulated by the CRA, by the Canada Revenue Agency. And just like in the case of GST and HST, once you file your CCB, your childcare benefits, if you have children, you automatically get it. And if you do not have children, once again, you have to just fill in a form. But guess what? For this one, it doesn't apply to all the provinces. It applies to just 4 provinces. So guess what? If you live in Manitoba, or if you are going to live in Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and Ontario, you are eligible to get the climate action incentive payment. So it says the definition. What is this money? The government of Canada says that this money is to help individuals and families offset the cost of the federal pollution pricing. What's that? Anyways, the money is to help individuals. Let me take that again. The money is to help individuals and families offset the cost of the federal pollution pricing, and it's available only to residents of Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Ontario. So if you live in those 4 provinces, if you live in those 4 provinces and you are 19 years of age or older, you have a spouse or a common law partner, you have a child, guess what? You get paid. Yeah, so that's about that. And then for this also, you do not need to have an income to get this payment. Like I said before, is determined by CRA, the Canada Revenue Agency. Just even if you are new to Canada, you know, if you are new to Canada, you do not have a tax, like you can't file a tax until after a year. So usually it's calculated based on your annual income from the previous year. I hope you understand that. So for the climate action incentive payment, the payment is universal. It doesn't change. Not like GST and HST that depend, and CCB that depends on your family net income. This one does not depend on your family net income. It is the same thing. Everyone gets the same thing as long as you live in that province, and the amount varies per province though. For Manitoba, there's a different amount, but for all Manitobans. For Albertans, they have their own amount, but is all province wide. I don't know if you understand. Each province has their own amount, but still the amount is for the whole province. It doesn't change. It doesn't vary by net income. It doesn't vary by number of children. It's just like a universal amount per province. Also, like I said, it is paid quarterly, so it's going to be paid January, July, October, April. That's 4 times in a year, right? And yeah, that's it about climate action incentive plan. Yeah, as in Canada. I don't understand. Anyways, up to this point, please like this video. If you haven't already done that, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and share with friends. You know, if you do not have, or you're still thinking that why should I even come to Canada, I believe these are reasons, or these are valid reasons for you to come to Canada, right? For a government that cares about the well-being or about the financial strength of its citizens. So now the next one I want to talk about is not really my point is that there are so many benefits that are associated with being in Canada as a permanent resident. Like there are lots of them, and these are the ones that are statutory. So the ones I've talked about now are the statutory ones. There is one more statutory one which I won't really call a benefit. I don't know if I should call it a benefit. Well, I would say it's a benefit. It is called employment insurance benefit. Now, I didn't want to call this a benefit because you have to contribute towards it also. So when you start working, for the employment insurance benefit, when you're working, there's a certain percentage that your employer puts into employment insurance for you, just in case that you lose your job, or you get pregnant and then you have to stay at home. Then you are able to, you know, just like COVID. When COVID happened, this was the point where it was really useful to people, because people who started putting into employment insurance benefit, you know, they were able to get paid, you know, monthly, even though they lost their job or they were not working. So I believe this is a very good initiative, and there's a time, I think you must have worked up to about 20 weeks for a full-time job for you to be able to access this benefit, right? And I believe it's a really good one. Another benefit I want to talk about, so also there are provinces have their own specific benefits, and I'm going to talk about one for Manitoba because I live in Manitoba, so I'm going to be talking about Manitoba. So last month we got a check and it was called Family Affordability Benefits, and I was like, what is this one again? Which one is Family Affordability Benefit? Well, according to them, it was to help ease the burden of rising costs of high inflation. Guys, so when we got the check and then we were like, this is new, like, so my point is that it was only issued by the province of Manitoba. I'm not sure at this point if other provinces issued this check, but we got it because we live in Manitoba, and the explanation of the check was that it was to help ease the cost of the rising inflation and all of that. So and it was one-time payment, so it's not quarterly or monthly. We just got this once, and then because we had kids, we're raising kids, blah blah blah, that kind of thing, guys. Anyway, so my point is that there are other provinces that also have their own specific benefits, that is, they have benefits that are peculiar to them. So the fact that Manitoba gave this so far this is the only Manitoba specific benefit I've gotten. I'm sure maybe more might come up. If you live in other provinces, maybe Saskatchewan for example, you live in Alberta, and there are other benefits you get that is different from the CRA issued or the government of Manitoba issued childcare benefit, GST and HST, and what was the last one now? Climate action. Please let me know in the comment section. So those are like the main benefits. Let me now start talking about some other side benefits that are applicable, and these ones you have to put in the application. That is, you have to apply for them. I know there's a rent assist, and the point of the rent assist is to help alleviate the burden or the cost of housing, especially if you're a newcomer to Canada, because you've probably not gotten a full-time job, or you're working part-time, or your income is not sufficient to sustain you in terms of housing. There's a rent assist form which you can fill online and submit. Once you qualify for that, they will give you a rent assist, which is just some amount to reduce the cost that you pay monthly on your housing. Another benefit which I've also read about, which I know, is disability benefit. So for families or for people who have children that have, or family members that have some sort of no, it has to be children, yes. This one usually accompanies the childcare benefit. So for families that have children that have some sort of disability, that needs severe care or severe disability, there's a sort of benefit that also comes to them. So this is called disability benefit. I also wrote that there is a caregiving benefits. So if you're someone who you have to leave your job, or you have to be away from job for a couple of months or some time to take care of a family member or a older person that is having some sort of severe or life-threatening condition, you get some benefits for taking care of them. I don't get it. Like, it's our family, we have to take care of them. But guess what? You get paid for taking care of them. So once again, the person has to put in an application, and then they will determine if you qualify or not. Another one is maternity and paternity benefits. I'm sure you've already read about this one, or you've heard of this one. I even have I know people that, of course, because they've been putting money into their employment insurance, and then they've been working, the government has also been, or the people they work for, their employers have also been putting money into it. They get to go to maternity for as long as 1 year. And guess what? They get paid during their maternity break. So those are the benefits that are, like, my point is that there are so many benefits. In fact, when I went to the website of the government of Canada and I saw all the benefits there, I was like, no, this is information overload. I can't talk about all of these benefits. There's even benefits for parents whose children have been incarcerated, or whose children are in prison. Like, they get benefits probably because their children couldn't take care of them and work to bring money home for them, so the government is paying them. How is that? Anyways, guys, I hope you understand what I've been able to explain about the benefits or the monies you get as a permanent resident, as a new permanent resident in Canada. Please, if you love this video, if this video is something that has answered some of the questions you have, please don't forget to subscribe, like, also share with your friends, turn on post notifications, so that the next time I drop another content, you'll be the first to hear about it. So until I come your way again the next time with another content, I say bye for now.